Good evening and welcome to On Point Opinions, the show discuss the hottest topics of the day. I'm Bobby Kinzer.
I'm Juan Holcomb.
And we are On Point Opinions. Yes, it's glad to see everybody here. We have every first Sunday of the month at 6 p.m. live on Facebook and YouTube. So remember to click on the like button and the heart button and share with other people. And also, if you're on YouTube, subscribe to our channel.
Please do.
Now, since the last month, there's so much that's been going on, Juan. Oh, my God. But it's so much going on.
Yes, it is.
I'm from A to double A. But we just want to remind people, we like for this to be engaging and interactive. So in order for that to work, you need to put your comments or statements or information, facts, whatever it is in the comment box. And if you're on Facebook Live, we actually can see them. And if you're on the On Point Opinions actual page, if you're on my page, we can see it. And if you're on the On Point Opinions page, we can see it. We're struggling right now trying to learn the technologies of getting able to see the messages on YouTube. So bear with us. But if you want to make the comments, go out there on Facebook Live on Point Opinions, search that, or search Bobby Kinzer, my site. And actually, they should be on Juan's site if Juan might have to share it. So anyway, Juan, let's get started.
Start checking my site.
Yeah. Let's get started, Juan. There's a lot going on, Juan.
A lot going
what's happening in your world? How you doing, Juan?
Well, Bob, I can't complain. And hello to everybody. We're glad to see you again, or as I like to say, we're here from the Baptist perspective, Communion Sundays. So take some communion and get your opinion on. But Bob, you are exactly right. I was thinking of that before we got started. And folks, full disclaimer, we were here debating something before we even got into the show. But I know people are listening and somewhat engaged, Bob, because I have texts all during the weeks and leading up to the show. These are on people's minds. And unless you are literally asleep at the wheel, this is some very critical times too. And what used to be something you would feel is hyperbolic is now right here. And I think leading off the show tonight, what's on your news station from morning to night on the cable news network? This war in Eastern Europe or in Ukraine, well, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, that has captured us, Bob. And I think it was in sermons today. It's here, it's everywhere. So I'm just wondering where is it going, Bob? What did you expect this thing again in our lifetime?
Yes, because I expect anything nowadays. I don't put nothing by anybody, and war, war for so many reasons have so many purposes, like economies, power, money,
power hungry, yes.
Resources that people want. But the first thing, Juan, that I think people need to ask themselves before you even get into, excuse me, why is Putin doing this, is what did I expect for this to be happening? Is why does Ukraine matter anyway? Has anybody asked that question? Let me tell you why it matters, Juan. Ukraine is the second largest country in Europe. It has a population of over 40 million people, more than Poland. Ukraine ranks first in Europe, proven in recoverable reserves of uranium ores, second in Europe, and 10th in the place in the world in terms of titanium and reserves. Second in the world in terms of explored reserves of manganese ores, 2.3 billion tons. Second in iron ore reserves in the world, 30 billion tons. Second in Europe in terms of mercury or reserves, third in Europe and 13th in the world in shale gas reserves, trillions of cubic meters. Seventh in the world in coal reserves, Juan. Ukraine is an important agriculture country. It's first in Europe in terms of arable land area, third in the world by the area of what they call black soil, meaning be able to be farming and having agriculture. First in the world in exports of sunflower and sunflower oil. Second in the world in barley production. I mean, I could keep going on and on and on, Juan. You know, Ukraine can meet the food needs of 600 million people, Juan. That's what kind of agriculture is going there. Ukraine is the most important industrialized country, first in Europe in ammonia product production. Come on, man. I mean, the list goes not one. It's
right.
I mean, I can keep going. Fourth largest exporter of turbines of nuclear power plants in the world. Fourth.
And that's getting to a point we'll hit on shortly. Right.
10th largest steel producer. And you know how important steel is, and the most West Virginia, the people in those areas still talking about steel. So why is Putin? Because Putin don't have a daggone. All he got is guns and oil.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why they're trying to seize. One of the reasons. Who knows? Whatever reason, other than he's a narcissistic fool,
power hungry. But to that point, Bob. I think I heard them show something John McCain said at one time. He said, I believe it was John McCain, that Russia is a gigantic gas station that serves out. That's it, the gigantic gas station. That's what they depend on. Right. And but you're right. Everything else is beyond them. And at first, I said, well, there's wars, just what you said about there's wars going on around the world, sadly. But one reason they are paying more attention to it is something you said as you were reading that very comprehensive list, was that they are a holder of nuclear energy. That's where the big disaster, the Chernobyl disaster happened. And just this week, I believe, check me on that, they took over one nuclear site and could have hit it with their rockets. So that is very disturbing. And what's calling, I believe that they're already up to nearly 1 million refugees, or they anticipate will be. And the war is not 2 weeks old yet, but almost 1 million people have already fled Ukraine. So it's causing humanitarian disaster. It's causing potential nuclear disaster. And people are using the word, Bob, but I want to get your opinion. Could it lead to World War III? Or is that a bit much?
Well, what does that mean? They say that, but I didn't know. What does that mean, World War III?
Right.
War is a war. It's three. Shoot, I mean, does that
Some
mean
people say we already in
war? Are they talking about nuclear war when they say New World War III? Are they talking about? Because what was Afghan? What was Afghanistan? What was Iraq? I don't understand when they talk about that. World War III, and I guess I'm assuming they're talking about where us was dropping bombs and stuff. But how's that different than what they did in Afghanistan for 20 years?
Well, so I do think perhaps because of the number of countries involved in the pushback against Russia, when Germany was on their path, but beyond that war, it involves so many countries, and I believe that is what they mean when World War, and the nuclear option does enter into that. But literally, countries believe that Putin won't stop with Ukraine. If he gets what he wants, if he takes over Ukraine, he's going to keep coming down the line. At least that's what I'm hearing in some of the opinions. So,
is that really viable? Do you think the European, like NATO, would even allow that for real? So Juan, what is Putin really up to? What do you think he's really up to? Because that's what I want to know. It's because he's a KGB guy, and I don't know if he's just crazy. I don't know if you saw the picture when he had his cabinet and that table, all the way at one end and they at the other. That sort of summed things up. But Juan,
right.
I think his people are going to.
What was that about?
I think his people are going to take him out because they've been gaslighting those people. They've been telling lies to those people for years. Like they told them this whole war is for their liberation in Ukraine, which is a lie. They've been lying. So what kind of people do they have? I mean, they got to be docile because they've been gaslighting their people for years, keeping communications from them, shutting down, social media, feeding them propaganda. What kind of people are there? So I want to go here, Juan, right quick. Ukraine, Russia, Poland, Slovenia, Croatia, which are predominantly white countries.
Yes.
And what I'm seeing, they have also been sort of white supremacist countries. Now, I could be wrong because they're talking about Ukraine and they're like cosmopolitan, but I just noticed recently where some of the students, where African students were trying to get out and do the migration, they were like, no, our people first, and they raised their head. When you see soccer games, it raises its head. You see it in those places. You don't see it in the parliaments and places like that because they don't have no blacks in their parliament any daggone way. What's up with that, Juan? Should I be really caring a damn about whether it's a third world war with Ukraine or not, or whether Putin is going to be? I mean, come on. For real, is Putin going to? Do you think he's going to come this way?
Well, great point. And we were going to. I want to stick a pin in that, Bob, because I want to come back to that very critical and important point. But back up a little bit. In this power struggle, in Putin, one, I think he feels his back is against the wall now. He's never going to. He's very much like Trump in that part. He's not going to tamp it down now. He's mad. You can see he's irritated. So they've hit him with sanctions and financial, and that's something I want to also get your expertise on, Bob. Is what is the blowback? It's so many financial markets, all the large companies from Federal Express to Nike to Visa, all of them have shut down their operations where that's concerned. Now they're still not going with the no-fly zone because I think they feel that could escalate it more, if that's even possible. But I do feel that we're in this world, and it is going to affect us. They say gas prices could go as high as $7 very shortly.
But we have our reserve. We have some of the largest reserves ever. How is that possible?
If he's going to release it. Well, I do think that they're gouging.
They kill me with this.
They take advantage of the opportunity.
Things are not always what they seem. I want to know what's really going on with this Ukraine and Putin thing, and because they say wars has always been good for the economy, at least for the industrial industry of weapons and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And looks like Halliburton. When we were in Iraq. They're providing stuff like forks and ice cream and utensils to the service people and making money. I mean, so what really is going on? I just don't trust. And besides Putin, the blowback one, Putin and them only had a loaf of bread on the shelf anyway with people lying around the block. Now they're going to have a half a loaf of bread. I think that people are going to repel against that man. and going to change all of that because they have no problem killing their daggone leaders.
Well,
And I'm not
I've
advocating
heard that.
killing the leader.
Thank you. Opinion. Bob said it. Yeah. No, I don't think that. I think that's possible. I've read that is been some discussions or that they will turn, but right now they're suppressing all the anti-war rallies and
but they rallying. They
right,
are protesting. Millions.
And you can get up to 15 years there for.
But what's worse? 15 years for protest or 15 years of mother's having their foot in your neck and you ain't got no bread, you ain't got no, what I mean? What's the difference?
Right. Yeah, I don't know how long that they will put up with this. As I said, I think Putin is a little bit over the edge. But one thing that it has highlighted, just as you said, Bob, is the racism that has come from it and people fleeing, and even the way it's covered in the media is different. In war in Europe, that this is civilization, and how could they do it? And
democracy is on trial.
Right. So that is a shameful thing. I saw where a Black lawyers group has filed a petition that international law that they should let students leave, be able to leave and treat it with dignity. So this is exposing a lot of that, but realize these countries, whether it's Poland, Belarus, they just what you said. They.
So Juan, am I wrong? Am I wrong to not give a damn what goes on in Ukraine?
To a degree, yes. I think because for the very reason we're here discussing it now, Bob.
No, we're only discussing it because we put it as a topic. I can give a damn.
Well, but I do care about all of these wars and things, but the humanitarian crisis.
Wow, well, we can't even get stuff straight in our own country. And we talking about going over there and giving these mugs immigration status and taking in people in their houses and all this kind of stuff. And we ain't got issues here. They can't even get voters' rights for Black folk. Come on, man. I'm tired of that. Well, Juan, we got to move on. We're way past this topic.
Well, wait, one point too, Bob, because it is one of the most critical things going on right now, and it doesn't seem to be going somewhere quickly. But it's to that point, Bob, the problems we have here, because there's many people, like you said, that support Putin, support what they're doing. We have a very strong right wing, I call them Klansmen type theology, so I do think that it's something we have to be concerned about, because one thing that I see in all of these leaders, Bob, whether it's Putin, Trump, men like this, these strong men, good book, by the way, Strong Men, they all seem to be going backwards, Bob. None of them looking forward. These are all backwards things. Everybody wants to go back, make America great again.
Last time, and we need to end this subject because we went over the time. But Juan, last point, and please, everybody, I'm not trying to make this a racial thing, but the last time I checked,
everything's racial.
There was white people killing white people over there, and we got people here that are struggling.
Very much so.
And they acting like we care and so humanitarian. They just passed the anti-lynching,
right?
Which been over 50 years and been up 200 times. Why do I give a damn if they pass the anti-lynching bill? Come on, man. Like you said, they what about the voters' rights?
Right.
This is what I'm saying. Why they get you on this? Think about Ukraine. And over here, they do over here, then they do something over on this side. I'm tired. But Juan, let's move on, man.
But it is connected. It is connected. We have to move forward because they're trying to do the same things here.
Well, you know what I say,
They're trying to go autocratic rather than democratic. and I'll leave it
Stop
off
the
at
daggone
that.
foolishness. That's what I tell
Some,
them. Stop the damn foolishness.
and
Go
I hope
on.
it does.
The historic selection by President Biden of the Supreme Court next position to be filled, Ketanji Brown, Ketanji, another one of them black names. Jesus Christ. And I always get in trouble. You stop that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're going to get in trouble. Yeah.
Brown Jackson.
Yes. Yes.
Now,
about time.
I know they, want to make a point of getting a woman and a black person, but why they always have to go all the way to prove a point and get somebody named Jackson? You know what I mean? It's like the name Washington. Why are there no white people named Washington or Jackson? It seems like they got to go to make their point. Ketanji. But tell us, what do you think about this, man? This selection, Juan, that Biden is. You think she's going to make it through?
I think she will make it through, but it's unfortunate that they are. Well, first, let me say this: it's about time that they put a black woman on, and I think she will make it through. I find it very unfortunate and disturbing that this is the hill they will fight on, especially when the Supreme Court still has a supermajority. In my words, a supermajority, 6-3, that they want to defame and to be derogatory to Ketanji Brown Jackson.
But how can they, Juan? Help me understand. How can that, when she covers and checks every box, how can they be derogatory? Where are they being derogatory? And I'm gonna tell you where. Do you know where?
Check that box. Yeah, but she checks every box.
So how can they be derogatory?
Well, they are trying to say that she's not qualified.
But no, you can't, because she's now in the circuit courts. She's been a trial lawyer and she's been a public defender. So how can she say that she's not? She is qualified. So how can they keep saying that in China? And I'm gonna tell you how they're doing it, Juan.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they're doing it?
How?
Ted Cruz is coming saying now she's squeaky clean, Juan.
But he's an idiot.
Is totally qualified. She done went through 3 Senate hearings, so there's no question she's qualified. But this is the Achilles heel they're trying to get her on. They saying because there's, first of all, Juan, there's not even anybody sitting on the Supreme Court bench that ever was a trial attorney. This is a first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At least
public,
now.
Right.
Now, Thurgood Marshall obviously was, right? No, he was a public defender.
Mm-hmm.
But this is how they're trying to get her, trying to say that this is the kink in her armor. Because she was a public defender, that makes her a little bit more soft on the side of defending people who may have committed a crime. That's what they're saying. Because she was, and there's none of them on the courts. This has never been actually. No, that's not true. Thurgood Marshall was the other one, but only other person was Thurgood Marshall. But nobody now has ever been a public defender, and they're trying to get on that, saying because she was representing public interest that she is a little bit soft because she was looking for people like social rights and peoples. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's weak. That's weak.
But that's what they use. That's all they got.
They have nothing. They really don't have anything. I was listening to Illy Stahl the other day. They really don't have a thing, Bob. Just like you were talking about Ukraine, but just a few facts, Bob. Let's keep it fast. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson has her impeccable credentials. She graduated magna cum laude, and that's not magna cum laude. That's magna cum laude from Harvard University, and cum laude from Harvard Law School.
Whoa!
And she was supervising editor of the Harvard Law Review, like President Obama, who was head of the Law Review. She clerked for Stephen Breyer, the person she would be replacing, who she decades of judicial and public service, 8 years as a judge on the District Court of DC, which is the training court for many of the justices, and also the most powerful appellate court in the country, DC. And she would be the first Supreme Court judge to bring experience as a public defender. But you reminded us of Thurgood. But she checks all the boxes. Those idiots like Tucker Carlson, who is a true, they like to use the word affirmative action. He gets all of that affirmative action box. And one other thing, she stands, when she did her speech, she mentioned Constance Baker Motley. And for those of you who don't know Constance Baker Motley, go look her up. Even when I was reading about her, Bob, they say her, people really don't know, she's kind of unsung, but she took over when Thurgood Marshall left office. She was head of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. She argued, I think, 8+ cases before the Supreme Court, won 7 of them. She would have made, and many people thought, should have been the first Black jurors on the Supreme Court back then. And she mentioned her in their thing, grew up near Yale Law School, and just was a civil rights hero. She argued Brown v. Board of Education, wrote many of the opinions on it.
You talking about, now make sure we're clear who we're talking about. You talking about who?
Constance Baker Motley.
Okay, thank you, because people getting confused.
Right, but I'm saying that's what she stood on.
I just wanted you to make that clear again. Thank you.
But they have fought this and fought against Black women being in the Supreme Court for a long time. And as I said, there's a reason why I think that they go so hard at these women, because they are exceedingly qualified. And I think it's a shame, or as my mother used to say, shame and a scandal. But they have nothing. They have nothing.
You know what else, Juan? She's won over 600 arguments. And I mean, she's had over 600 arguments. I think she lost it's even less than 2%. Something, don't quote me on this. I'm getting my statistics, but right. There's over 600 arguments. There's either 2% or 2 that she only lost. Wow. That's awesome. But Juan, so you bring that point up about Black lawyers, but especially what's going on with the Black female lawyers, because Letitia James, attorney out of New York, who's
Attorney General of New York.
General out of New York, who's on former President Trump's behind. And she is sharp. So that's another sharp sister, man. Tell me a little bit about her. What do you know about her?
Well, who would have thunk it that everything is, if there's going to be any what's the word, Bob? If there's going to be any accountability for Trump, it's going to rest in the hands of, it looks like, Black women. Letitia James is a bold attorney general, powerful. She took on the NRA, brought them to their knees, had them try to file bankruptcy so they could get out of there, move back down to Texas. They're trying to slither their way back into things, but she's time enough for them. And Trump knows it. That's why he calls out as racism. Plus the woman, the sister in Georgia, who is trying the case where Trump called and asked for.
What's her name? Fannie Willis? Is that it?
Yes. And she is the DA, district attorney.
Sister again, another Black woman.
Another Black lawyer.
What's going on, Juan?
And I mean, she's even getting death threats. But I think they know it's time. If we're going to get this done, I think that these powerful women are at the forefront of it. And quite frankly, I wish they were on the Justice Department.
They're running into some headwinds, though, Juan.
Hey, look, thhave women are all qualified to be everything from governor on down, and have. I see, Bob, you got a comment up there.
Yeah, from Crystal.
Hey, Crystal. Yeah.
He said, Ketanji Brown Jackson, Tyler and Brian, they would probably prefer to have someone else. Yeah, it will not be easy for her, but nothing ever is, especially for Black folks and our Black sisters.
And just Crystal, my college friend, we went to school together, also a lawyer.
What college was that, Warren?
Huh?
What college was that?
University of UMass Amherst.
UMass Amherst. Yeah.
UMass Amherst. Crystal is also a prosecutor out of Philly, so you know she's tough.
Whoa, big time. Another sister.
Another sister. She's down there. She's down there at the DC Superior Court.
Bad as you want to be, Crystal. But
don't mess
with Crystal. I want to thank you. Another bad sister.
Another bad sister.
I forgot about Crystal. She's bad, mom. Right. Shut your mouth. We talk about but, hey, Juan.
But no, Bob. But it looked like the brother could let us down, though.
So how about that? How about now? Why are the black people the ones ending up leading these charges? Let's talk about is it the district attorney in New York? Is that what it is?
Yes, the new district attorney took over for Cy Vance. Yeah, Bragg.
And the daggone prosecutors who was prosecuting Trump, they just quit, two of them. And he haven't even given an explanation. What's up with him?
Yeah, they thought that this was he was slowing down the case. Bragg. Yeah, he's a new district attorney. He's a rookie. But the discussion was that he was slowing things down. Now, I did just read, Bob, an article that said that he has put somebody in that spot to continue the case and that he's not letting it go. So
who?
Alvin Bragg, the gentleman who.
No, I'm talking about. I like to know who he put in there. Is this a big handkerchief head mug or what?
No, I think it's. Excuse me. I think he put another woman in. Might be a sister.
But why did the two prosecutors who was on his case follow, and the ones who brought the case, getting ready to bring the case to, how they say, I don't know the legal terms, to make it a case.
Right. Right. They were ready to look like they were leading towards indictment.
And they quit. And he doesn't come out with no explanation.
Yeah. But I think like I said, I think he is at least saying that it's going to continue. So I don't know if he's kind of covering his butt, if you will. But
why are the sisters holding up? He acting like a PML.
Yeah, hey, like I said, if anything's going to happen, it depends on the sisters because it's in their hands now. Unless Merrick Garland, who many people feel like is just too quiet, he's too genteel for the job, is not taking over many of these cases and really going after Trump because and the January 6th committee is doing all of their work and they have no prosecutorial powers. They only can refer these findings.
So Juan, let's just shift gears. Although this is on the same subject, another sister, another sister attorney who was the former Attorney General of the United States of America, Loretta Lynch, another bad sister.
Bad, right.
But she just took on the case on the side to defend the side of the NFL against Brian Flores. Now, we just talked about how all these other sisters, man, are stepping up and the power in it. But Juan, help me understand it. Why do you think she took the job to defend the NFL against the brother?
Well, first of all, and quite interesting enough, her nomination was held up under Obama for almost a year. I think she only had like a year and a half because you remember she replaced Attorney General Eric Holder. But I think if I can be straight up, as they say on this side, if I can be straight up, I think money.
But hey, you gotta understand her
reputation
was on the line, man.
A prestigious, of course, the NFL secured a prestigious law firm. I don't have the name right with me, Weiss and Lifkin, and it's about six people long, but very prominent law firm, and she has joined it. Plus, I think, Bob, you got to give the NFL credit. It is brilliant optics.
Yeah, yeah.
The black head coach says, "Hey, discriminatory," and they get Loretta Lynch, former Attorney General, to defend them in this case. But I'll take a little slant if I can find something positive in it, Bob. And I think you and I talked about it. I think she might uh, investigate and bring out some things, and maybe uh, help mediate something. Now that's strictly, as we
Well,
say, on point opinion.
hey,
Let me put
Juan,
my disclaimer in. I think she may end up
hey, Juan,
helping.
we got a comment from one of our partners, and I don't know if this is, that UMass kind of talk, but what the hell is Jesse talking about? Do you think that Merrick Garland is going to gold? What the world? Hey,
Go
hey,
after Trump. He might have been going after Trump because Jay, I see Jesse did it. He
Jay, help us put another comment in there with the right spelling. And you went to UMass with all these other mugs with Crystal and
yeah,
Connie
we got
and
the UMass
all these
connection
more
tonight.
Brad, all you big think tank our academicians. And what the hell is
Yes.
GOAD? Help us out, man. But I hear what you're saying, Jesse.
Yeah, I
Glad you
think
tuned in.
I don't know, Jay. That's a great question, Bob. And I think from Jesse though, I understand what he's saying. I'm not sure. I have this discussion with my sister and my cousin who give like Obama a lot of criticism for things. But one thing I find about the Democrats, and I said it today, they are not like Republicans. And Biden, and they are creatures, go after. He said go after. And so our thumbs are not quick. Go after Trump. I don't know. They are creatures of that organization. They are not. I think they want to not be perceived like Barr, like they're going after their quote unquote political enemies. And I think that is tough, because they should be going after them, but they are creatures of that institution. And I find the Republicans to be in the gutter, man. They operate from a different way, and I don't see Democrats entering that kind of thing. They will not go against it. That piece, just like the fact that Louis DeJoy is still on the running the post office. He would never be a appointee, would never be in Trump's administration, still running the post office. So, and he's destroying the post office. But anyway, I hope, Jay, that he goes after them. But many people feel if he is, it's being kept under wraps. It's very quiet. But I do hope he goes after them. And I've heard some former Justice Department people say that they're really surprised that the Justice Department has not taken over some of these cases, like the DA in Georgia. They say this is, these are massive cases. She's being threatened that the Justice Department should take over her case. He's surprised they didn't take it over already. And she's got all her local cases to deal with, but she's trying to manage it. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're willing to do, and they're very careful. And I'm talking about the Biden administration. Very careful. They think about the way they are perceived, the way you talk about them. I don't think they're going to get out of the box. They won't do something like add on Supreme Court justices. They won't undercut things. They just won't. And I don't see it happening. But they need to go after.
So back to the issue with what's her name, Loretta Lynch, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you saying that it might be for money. What do you think about Brian Flores taking that second-tier assistant coaching job, and he's still suing the NFL too? What do you think about that within the same subject?
Well, hey, it's one reason he went to the only club that has a coach, a black head coach. That makes sense. But I think, yes, they do. I'll read him what Jay's saying. Let you read that in a minute, Bob. I think that uh, they are going to. The
Well, Florida,
NFL has
right.
said, and the commissioner, they have admitted to the disparity in the game. So he's admitted that. So they do have some clarity on that. But I do think that Flores took the job, one, to keep working. and um, and that's more than say what the former quarterback, why he couldn't sue and play again, Kaepernick. But hey, I can't get on somebody, Bob, for accepting a position, because when you're let go, fired, I don't know if he still had certain monies on his contract or whatever.
Right.
But I I'm not totally surprised that he took it.
I am.
But I
I
think
mean,
it's
you're
money
playing
as well.
against them. The whole thing about you not getting a job as head coach, and I mean, he made some money. I'm sure he made millions when he was a head coach
Mm-hmm.
at the Dolphins. I don't know why he did that. I wish I could ask him to see why. But Warren, let's just address this right
Why do
quick.
you think that? Oh, the Republic's favorite rule. Do you see?
Why do I think? No, I don't know why. I have no idea. I have no idea because it befuddles me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you suing them, and then you're going to take a second tier assistant coach job. I would really like to know why, but only he would know. But right quick, I just want to address this with what Jay said. You know, the Republicans, man, they think it's like they got this out of Trump's page. Like they play to their base. Like if they tough, you know, if they tough and rude. And I mean, these are just young kids, man. But
Mm-hmm.
that's their playbook. They have nothing else. All they do is complain,
Mm-hmm.
blame, and whine, and they be rude. You're right, Jay. But you
Right.
know, I'm not saying all Republicans, but it seems like the Donald Trump ones that are following Trump
Mm-hmm.
and those Republicans, that seems to be a true point, and that's they definitely playbook. So Juan,
Well, Florida is DeSantis
is what?
DeSantis. They in some other country. I call that
Oh, I
Florida.
was wondering. I said DeSantis stand.
DeSantis. Yeah,
Oh, that's
DeSantis is.
well, Florida, Texas, you know,
He's right. They off the rocker.
Mississippi, you know, Alabama. We need to sell them and make money. They
Right.
always want to succeed. I was like, let them succeed.
Let them succeed, but you don't get any federal money or help. Right.
No, that's what I'm saying. Sell they behind. I'm like, let's get them out of here. Let's sell them and make some money because they talk all this stuff about the government, and Texas takes so much money from the government. It's a shame.
Oh, right.
Mississippi takes so much money from
absolutely. More than they take back more than they give out. Right.
Right. West Virginia be taking back more money and they be complaining about the government. The biggest government subsidized mugs in the daggone country.
That's right. But it's just like that, Bob, exactly right. Like this fake convoy that they have coming up here. Now they're headed to DC from Canada, although they're out there.
About that for weeks, haven't they?
Yeah, they're Hagerstown having a carnival. And I'm like, they're getting all this publicity. Who's paying for that? Truckers have the money to just ride around and put gas in their trucks.
Let me ask you.
It's all a fake out.
Who I think is paying for it? I don't give a damn. How about that? Send the damn food. I don't care about them. They can come up in the caravan.
I do, but
worried about them mugs. Them mugs ain't they are marginalized. Okay, they trying to act. That's the biggest man. I remember when I was growing up. Whenever I was in school with these white guys, man, when they were together with other guys, they were tough guys. But when you got the mugs by themselves, they were punks, man. And that's all they are. They're getting up, rabble rousing. Man, I'm not worried about them. I'm tired of giving them attention. Let them come up in a convoy. They ain't doing nothing, man.
But they getting that attention. It's all.
But it's America. Juan, America is 70%
freedom.
white.
They have the freedom to ride around in their truck and do
that.
But
Juan, Captain Obvious, last time I checked, we only 13%. And the Mexicans at 14. So, I mean, don't they make up about 70% of the country? I mean, no wonder they get so much attention. I don't care. I'm not paying them no mind. But Juan, how about the new basketball league called On Time Elites, OTE, a basketball league for high school graduates? who want to skip college, and the minimum salary is $100,000, and it's being they raised a venture capitalist of $80 million.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
founder, I find this very interesting. The founder and CEO and the other big executives are, why do I always make things white one? I need to stop that. But they're all white, but all the people doing the work, like Kevin Ollie and all, they like operations and stuff like that. Maybe it should be. But anyway, Dan Porter is the CEO and founder. He's one of the guys, he sold
Maybe you know Dan Porter. I didn't know him. The name sounds familiar. Do you have anything?
I really didn't know him, but he's been made his money in in the tech world. Like
Okay.
he had something like Ticketmaster, Ticket something, and and sold it to Ticketmaster.
Mm-hmm.
He was with IMG. He's in the gaming world and video world.
Okay. That's why they were able to get that venture capital money.
Yeah, because he's embedded in that, and he's worked with major operations like that. He's, like I said, he's a big tech guy.
Mm-hmm.
Started a lot of businesses and sold them, and a lot of businesses going. Juan, this overtime elites, right?
Overtime elites.
OTE
right.
is what it's called.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're getting like over 1 billion hits, because this is his kind of thing. This is his kind of thing. The social media, the tech world.
Mm-hmm.
They get over 1 billion hits on their sites. I mean, they really pump this thing up. So you can, so it's for guys who don't want to go to college, skip college. You can go to college and get an education and get a degree, but you can't go to college and play. That's one of the stipulations. On the board is Carmelo Anthony and Jay Williams out of Duke.
Oh yeah, Jay, right.
They're on the board. And Kevin Ollie is the director of operations out of Connecticut, right?
Right, and coach and general manager. Didn't something like that? Didn't he hold like two?
Yeah.
Something
but
like
he
that.
is actually over the director of operations. I think player operations.
Right.
So I mean, so what do you feel about these guys? One, he's head coach and director of player development.
Player development.
Kevin Ollie. And the young lady, Callie Franklin, is the head of talent.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian Williams, I think Brandon Williams, he played in the NBA.
Yes, he did.
He's executive vice president, head of basketball operations, and a couple other people, man. And they really trying to get this off the ground for guys who don't want to go to college. Is this a good thing, Juan?
At first, Bob, I was skeptical when I heard about it. But the structure of it is very sound,
right?
And I was impressed by one, the capital that they raised, and then how they're using it. Because something very near and dear to your heart, they have that training program. They're going to teach like financial literacy. They're going to teach. So they have a very strong curriculum that they're working with. I think I said to you, if I was a few years younger, I wouldn't mind being a part of this operation. I could see us doing something like that. But they have, Bob, the minimum salary is $100K. The minimum salary is $100,000 a year.
Right.
They have full health insurance benefits. They also are insured against injury. And I think they take, excuse me, Bob, the top 20, they have 27, they're going to have 27 players. Now, I don't know how they choose them. I don't know how you get into that elite a group. These are the top 27, that there's a trial or whatever. But that's pretty good. I know if I was 18, 17, had that option, and they thought I was good, and I might take that option.
I mean, and they have educational base. They have
correct.
A science director, math. So they kind of provide them. Actually, if any of them listening, my nonprofit, Literacy Institute for Financial Richmond, we would love to train some of those guys in personal money management. But Juan, I
Absolutely.
just
That
jumped on. I just jumped.
it's right up your alley.
I
And
just jumped on. I just jumped over on. I was over on the Fit page on Facebook, but I jumped over onto my personal page, and guess who's out there, man?
who's that?
The baller, big baller, shot caller extraordinaire, Connie Napier.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. It's a UMass night.
It's a UMass night. You know, I'm telling you. Yeah, but Connie was talking about. I didn't know. I think he's talking about Brown Jackson. She's out of Miami, Florida.
Oh, really?
That's what he said. Yeah. And then my man Carlton Chapman, he's out there, and Mike Brown. Okay, Mike Brown. Thanks for. Hey,
All
what's up, Mike? So yeah, but Juan, but so I'm I was kind of worried, like, but if these guys are not going to college, why not have a place for them to go
Right.
to make some money? Because $100,000, you can do some stuff with $100,000.
And that's the minimum. If I read it right, that was the minimum salary.
But that's going to be the average, though.
And if they don't want to go on to the pros, they said they will pay for their college education after that too. You can continue on that way. They might want to go and be an entrepreneur.
Yes.
I mean, if you make 100, 120, 150K for 2 or 3 years, 12 years, hey, you know, they've been ready to. Why am I going to go try to?
But will it be able to sustain? Because you know what sustains leagues or should I say products like that is TV, and they doesn't appear that they have any. I haven't seen any TV contracts, and you know that's what actually helps you to sustain, or maybe not. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, that's a good point, but I think Bob, that I'm pretty sure they haven't stopped raising money. One,
right?
They have serious capital. They're only doing 27 folks at a time. It's based in Atlanta, Georgia, which has become the new hub for so many things. But I believe, Bob, that, you know, guys like this, Bob, they do their homework. And you know that better than anybody. I know you, for instance, in doing your financial operation, you do your homework. And you know these guys do their work. And they're not going to raise 80 million plus, and I'm sure it's still growing, in order to, they see something there. And I think that it could be like any feeder system, Bob. I think that this is sort of the new wave. If you remember, Bob, we were watching that TV documentary, Clutch Academy, and that brother that started that, and that's more of the.
That's is it Paul Rich or something like Rich Paul? What's his name?
I can't think of the brother's name.
Yeah, it's Paul Rich, the guy that represent doesn't he do stuff with LeBron? His name is.
You're right. I
I
think he was doing things with LeBron, but that was a great little thing they did on his thing. But he has like that segment of it. I think that's what the whole thing is coming to. And the G League is trying to keep up because, you know, they started Ignite. And Ignite is one of the G League teams that let high schoolers, like the boy Green, who was the second person taken in the draft, he played with Ignite. He gave up going to college. And so the G League is doing, so I think it's going to compete somewhat for high schoolers in the G League.
And Juan, I'm looking at the academy, man. It says we have partnered with Exceed, the letter Exceed Prep, to provide comprehensive online learning platform for all athletes and provides them with resources and content needed to help them master grade level content for their classes. Athletes are programmed into coursework based on their personalized learning plans that track to high school graduation at the end of their senior year. X Factor's dynamic team of educators that we call learning facilitators, on-site learning facilitators. Wow. So they're going to have daily site sessions with content, 4-to-1 or 1-to-1 academic content tutoring. Oh man, they got a serious.
They got it. Oh, they have it laid out, Bob. They have it laid out. Yeah, I would love to see your financial
Yeah,
if
because
he's on
they
that.
actually have a um,
Are you familiar with some of these?
none of them, none of them.
Okay.
But
Mm-hmm.
they have a financial literacy platform on social media and media training,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
advocacy in sports,
Mm-hmm.
mental health and wellness, and the
Mm-hmm.
business of
Wow.
basketball. Okay.
Well thought through, and
Yeah,
it might
this
be
thing,
better.
a one, and they could get college credits. Oh my God.
See,
Okay. This
once the
thing,
NCAA is starting to be those legs cut out from under them, you have things like this. That's what needed, cut those legs, because uh, I know, Bob, when you got me to on Penn State's campus, and uh, I went up there and was going towards the stadium.
mhm.
Man, I said that was incredible. I said these boys, man, forget pro. They playing for more people in college. They're 100,000. You know, the whole towns and cities are built around that college football. Some of these boys are stars and superstars before they even leave school. If they have the rights to their likeness, to their and that's also part of that, Bob.
Right.
They'll
NLT
get the right to
naming
the
license and
yes. So they're going to be promoting these boys. And many of these guys, if you play for Penn State, if you play for Nebraska, man, these guys, you are the stars of that town. Your T-shirt could make millions. You don't even ever have to go to the NFL.
but these are just high school players.
I know, but they potentially
Well, how can you make them be? I mean,
times have changed,
I
Bob.
watched it. I watched a game the other day they had, and they, I don't know. I just watched part of it. I didn't watch the whole game, and looked like everybody was the same height.
Well, Bob, times have changed, man. Look, with the gaming, you named everything. The guy who's running it, if he knows gaming and
Video,
tech
social
and
media,
video, man, these people, they know. These guys, Bob, they have little bit. I was watching the game today, Bob, and they were showing the kids in the state. Man, these little kids, man, they had the jerseys on. They knew the thing. Had their cell phone in their hand. They're probably sending them messages.
right?
It's a new world. They can take advantage of these boys are superstars, Bob. They superstars, man. I mean,
Well, I don't know none of them.
no, I'm talking about on the Boston side. I'm just saying these young guys are stars. These kids look up to, and and they
Well,
know the NFL too.
but as far as OTE though, on the overtime elites,
Yes,
I don't
you don't
know
think they're going to make it?
how you're going to. Um, I guess right now they're going through through social media. Like I said, they're getting billion hits and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and they building it. And I don't know enough about the social media things, and they must be popular, like you said. If they got a billion people following them, now I'm thinking about that. I'm like, well, God dang!
And you raise almost 100 million.
And do you need to be on TV, right?
You right. You raise 100 million. Look, you go on TV to get 100 million. You already got it. Stop the
Yeah,
foolishness.
but that's just 100 million one. That it's a lot more. It takes more than 100 million to.
I know, but like I said, 27, man. It's like having one team. But it's an academy or some sort of program. Ultimately, their goal, they might end up signing a contract with the NBA. That's like a G League.
That's why they can still go to the
Right,
NBA.
right. Or
college.
they with universities, or I don't know,
You
but
can't go to university. You can't go to university.
no, right. But I'm saying if you
play
finish there,
ball.
right. But if you finish there, you could go on to university. Like I said, these boys might not want after that to continue to play ball. Most likely they will, but I don't know. But I think they have sustainability. Anyway, so we'll see.
Well, Juan, we've come to right on the hour. There's good timing, man, and
we get carried away with the ball.
Great topics as always, man. We end with sports because me and Juan, we both played in Europe and we played together in Scotland. That was Juan's first year. That was my third year in Europe, and
Yeah.
Juan went on to play in Gateshead and Plymouth.
Yeah.
And did I miss anything?
No, Scotland, Plymouth, Gateshead. Yeah. Yeah.
Gateshead, but that was it. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And we had a hell of a career over there, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's some things that me and Juan experienced that we would never tell anybody. Oh boy, did we have a good time.
See, but you had to say that disclaimer.
dig it, right? Get it. Let me put that again. Remember that we just say anything we say, we don't want you to take actions on. So anyway, Juan, this is a great thing. You ain't have any closing remarks today, man?
Yes, Bob. Let me thank my UMass contingent for tuning in tonight. Jay said he was going to. Connie. These are like you, Bob. These are friends for lifetime, and they're all smart. We have lawyers, we have realtors, we just cover the gambit. Hotel people, business people, but
and just straight up down to earth people.
Right. We are in this world. We are part of it, and I'll be damned if we're going backwards. And I think we need to be going forward, and it's up to us to go forward. We're not going backwards.
Jay said, "Tell those stories."
No. Look, we go. That's next time.
No, I'm gonna get Juan to tell some of the UMass stories, Jay and Connie. That's what I want to hear. Some of them stories up there, man.
UMass.
What was that female school up there that y'all would go to?
Oh, wait a minute, Bob. We 5 colleges up there: Smith College, Mount Holyoke.
Mount Holyoke. What's the other one?
Come on, man.
Female.
Yeah, those were all what was school there, but there was also Amherst College and Hampshire College. So but 5 college area. Bob, don't start. You almost got me. I was getting ready to slip in and talk about the party we had with Mount Holyoke. Good night, you all.
We digress. I want to hear it. I'm gonna get him to tell it, Jay. So look, y'all, man. Look, I had my high school classmate on there. Camille,
wonderful.
Thornton from Woodrow Wilson High School, and my little brother Carl Chapman and Mike Brown. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yeah.
And remember, the first Sunday of every month, 6 p.m. on Point Opinions, we want to talk about all the different hot topics, and what we want to do, we trying to cut through all of this fake news, and we want to give some of the facts. And like we said, sometimes the media just doesn't cover Black people like we feel that they should. And me and Juan, we like to, give the information like we gave you behind Ketanji Brown Jackson. We want y'all to know about these great people and what they're doing, man. And that's what our show is about. So look, y'all, put comments, suggestions, topics in the comment box, and we'll follow up with that. So thank you all. This is great topics, Juan, and you my boy, man. We
my man.
Show win, man.
And tell them hit us up in between the time too, because we'll certainly talk about what you all
mind, man.
And I'll put that opinion out because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, we want to get this straight, and we know that information is power.
Power.
Peace.
Peace.